Good Friday afternoon, evening, wherever you may be. Thanks for joining us live. I'm back in the land of the living, sort of.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you. And as soon as I said that, it was like, oh, wait, no, maybe not. We'll see how this goes. I'll just put it that way. I see you're in your undisclosed location.
Undisclosed location, exactly.
Good to see.
A secret bunker. Which is partly true because I am right now underground.
Yeah. And it's not so secret. Well, I guess it is. I don't know exactly where it is, but it is in Spain. I do know that much. So
exactly.
There you go.
Depends. Actually, if you ask local people, they will tell you that it's not in Spain.
Because of historical reasons?
Because according to Catalans, Catalonia is not part of Spain.
Oh, okay. That's true. I don't understand the math. That's okay. One day I will. Hi, by the way, my name is Darren. This over here is Victor, and we are the co-host of a podcast called DevOps Paradox that releases on Wednesdays at 6 a.m. Eastern, noon CET. On Fridays, we do these live streams, and we'll see if I make it through at least part of the show today. Not a lot of news this week. Pretty quiet, but we will be talking about one of your favorite things.
My favorite things?
Detroit.
Oh, okay. I mean, KubeCon in Detroit.
Yeah,
KubeCon is one of my favorite things. I haven't been in Detroit yet, so I cannot say whether that's one of my favorite things.
Well, okay. That's what we are going to be talking about. Let's see here. Vrash, good to see you. Now, this other comment from Vrash, Dude, I need one of those chairs. Which chair is that?
Secret Labs.
Secret Lab. Okay.
Yeah, it's... I had expensive, and I still have Herman Miller, but I did not want to spend that much money. It just kind of sounds a bit ridiculous, to be honest.
So, Vrash, okay, you like the starting music. Everybody has said, anytime I've talked about trying to change it out, people say, no, don't do it. At some point, it's going to happen. I just haven't decided when yet. It'll probably happen around episode 200 of the podcast, which will be February-ish of next year. I don't really understand okay, but it's the second sentence I love. I don't really understand everything you guys talk about, but I get the vibe. We don't always understand what we're talking about.
I have no idea. Well, I thought that we are inventing as we go.
I thought so too. Isn't that what YouTubers do?
I hope that we wouldn't be so obvious. But hey.
Sometimes it is. Yes. And again, good to see you. Hassam, Seth, what is up? Karen,
hey.
Good to see you. Oh, Seth, you're in Detroit. So,
I need to get a beer, man.
If you're going to be at KubeCon and you see Victor, you need to take him for some legit Detroit pizza.
Okay.
Detroit pizza is different.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I did not know about Detroit pizza. I knew about Chicago deep dish pizza. That's the only variation I knew about. So there is Detroit pizza.
There is Detroit pizza. And the reason why I'm hesitant in saying that I still don't really get it is because the places where I had Detroit pizza were basically I can get a whole Detroit pizza for like $5. So it's not like high class pizza. It's cheap. So, but it was very good. I mean, I like pizza is pizza to me, right? As long as it has.
Okay. This conversation just ended. This conversation just finished.
You didn't let me finish.
The moment you said pizza is just pizza. Okay.
It's got red sauce and it's got meat. That's how I classify pizza. I don't classify it tomatoes and basil, and that's not pizza. Maz, good to see you.
Italians in the audience.
Pozdrav. Is that Dave? Get close.
That's Serbian.
Pozdrav?
Yeah.
Is it Serbian? Okay,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Did I even say it even close to correct?
Pozdrav.
Pozdrav. Okay.
Yeah.
Karen's gonna be at KubeCon.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah, and see. All right. Italian. No, it's not the Italian stuff. It's because Italian pizza, like the legit Italian pizza, is legit Italian. You know. If you've been in the States at all and you're familiar with the chain called CC's Pizza, that's my level of pizza. It's all you can eat buffet for $6.
Okay, sooner or later you'll get closer to where I am. I'm taking you to eat pizza for the first time.
Okay. Jeez. Okay. Man, I tell you what, there wasn't much news this week. I think everybody's on vacation, much like you are.
Yeah, I think that must be true.
Yeah. So this week's episode, we had Dan Bartholomew, forgive me, on from Section, talking about running containers on the edge. And this was interesting because it's not like Fly or Render to where you pick where you want your container to run. Section is smart enough to know where to run your container based on traffic. And it was, they're running everything in Kubernetes. They're running their own vanilla Kubernetes, but they have a control plane of control planes. And they're able to traffic shape and do these kinds of things that, most hobbyists, you probably don't need. Come on, let's be real. But if you're an enterprise, like globally especially, that's super cool.
I must say that this is one of the conversations I enjoyed the most. I always like when somebody kind of has a surprising story. Kind of, hey, you're not doing what everybody else is doing. This is cool.
I believe it's the way it should be done, but it's a hard problem to solve. I mean, they're not just working with the classical hyperscalers, the AWSs and GCPs and Azures of the world, but they're working with even local co-location facilities and trying to help get whatever your app is as close to your end user as possible. And they take care of all the nasty BGP and that kind of stuff that you just don't really want to do. You want to hand them a container, and you want that container to run.
Correct.
Right. And because they're doing all the nasty routing for you, if you do have real persistence, you've got a database living physically somewhere, they're going to help get the best routing to that from wherever that edge is for you. You don't want to do that yourself. That's unless that needs to be part of your business. So if that even sounds the slight bit interesting to you, or maybe you think, man, our company could use that, go check out Section. I think I still haven't gotten into it, like actually gone in and worked with it yet. But that's something I've got an idea for something that I just want to try out. It's nothing huge, but it'd be interesting to see if it works the way I think it would work. And based on what Dan was saying, I don't see a reason why not. So, Jesse, good to see you from Brazil. Brazil would be nice this time of year, I think.
Find me a conference in Brazil so that I can expense my trip there.
Is that the reason why you go on trips? Is that's how you decide where you're going, is based on the expensibility of a trip?
Yeah, so when it's professionally, yes. I mean, no, based on have I been there. And let me tell you that Europe and North America are getting
smaller and smaller and smaller.
Smaller and smaller, exactly.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the schedule for KubeCon was released this week. Have you taken a look at it yet?
No, not really.
Well, I'm glad you showed up today because we're going to do that line by line.
Excellent. So the first line says the Cloud Native Computing Foundation flagship conference gathers. Is that what you meant?
No. Let's look at this. Okay. Let's look at the schedule just for grins. Let's see if anything jumps out at you that you may say, "Oh, wait, you don't go to sessions. Why do you care about this?" Well, other people may care. Let's see. Monday. If you're going to be there, you should go to the eBPF day. You should do that, at least for 5 minutes. Cloud Native Security Con, that would be a good one. We're going to be talking some more about that in a few minutes. WASM, I could care less. But it is interesting, right? Because we're talking about running containers at the edge. WASM, man, that's the whole purpose.
So the one I'm going to be on, I don't see, it's too small for me to see the schedule on your screen, but first day is is Knative, I think.
KNativeCon, yep, there's one there too.
That's where I'm going.
Okay, that sounds good. Open observability. So this Monday actually looks really interesting, even though it's an extra cost. I mean, I think this is probably more interesting than maybe the rest of the time there. There's also a Cloud Native Telco Day. Cloud Native Telco. Huh. Cloud Foundry Day on day 2. Really?
Okay, somebody needs to send a memo.
GitOpsCon, day 2.
Yeah?
Kubernetes on the Edge. Prometheus Day. Sigstore Con. I would have to probably go for Sigstore Con for day 2.
Let me tell you that those 2 days, I believe, are actually more interesting than the rest of it.
The rest of the time. Absolutely. So days 1 and 2. A couple of lightning talks later. Lightweight Dapper microservices and WebAssembly. Vivian, I bet that's cool. But those are so many big words. Okay, so lots of lightning talks at the end of Tuesday. Huh. Where did all my IPs go? Okay, here's what I didn't say. So at home, you use a Google, what is it?
You mean the
What's your Wi-Fi? Your Wi-Fi.
Google Wi-Fi.
Google Wi-Fi. So I got an Eero, which is Amazon's, or Amazon bought them. By the way, I saw Amazon buy iRobot today, which I have one of those. So that means my little vacuum cleaner is going to start figuring out what things I need to buy from Amazon.
I mean, if they can train that cleaner not only to clean, but also to fetch the package from the door.
Front door, that'd be great.
Yeah, that would be great.
Where was I going with that? Oh, so Eero. So I'm going off the track of this for just a second. I put that in last week. So I've got the Eero Pro, which is not the most recent one, but the one they had on sale. Holy cow. Now it's exposing that my modem is cutting out about every 5 minutes. By the way, if I drop out, it's because my modem freaked out again. It's already bounced 9 times today since I've been in the office since 6 a.m.
What's happening to you, man?
I don't know. Well,
Kind
okay.
of, a few weeks ago, you discovered the differences between Mac in 2022 and Mac in 1999. Now you're discovering the benefits of what's the Wi-Fi mesh?
Wi-Fi,
Network mesh,
yeah.
whatever it's called.
Mesh network. It's called having a little bit of spare cache. And also the Eeros, I found that because I was going to buy it during Prime Day because I figured there would be a pretty good deal off, and I just forgot about it on Prime Day. Well, I saw that Eero we're selling it 50% off if you bought directly from Eero, not through Amazon because the price was still the same on Amazon. So instead of me paying $4.90 or whatever, I only ended up paying, or it was $4.50, I paid $2.25. And it was great. And I've only set up 2 of the access points. I've got one more I can set up somewhere in the house. So anyway, that's not why we're here. But yes, I've added one more thing. And finally, well, I was unboxing this before. I got a nice, beautiful battery backup. So if I lose power today, it's because this isn't plugged in. I'd forgotten, actually, I'd bought that a few weeks ago, and it was underneath the desk in the studio, and I was like, oh, crap. I knew I forgot to do something. Anyway. Okay, so then we get into Wednesday. Keynote to be decided. Okay. CNCF. Blah, blah, blah.
One
okay.
keynote is going to be done by our guest from last week.
Really?
Guest from AMA session last week, yes.
Which one?
Actually, from 2 of our guests, both.
Whitney
the
and
keynote.
Mauricio are going to be there?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Kudos to both, yeah.
They're just not on here yet. So they're probably one of these. Because of...
yeah, I mean, I didn't check the schedule, but I do know that they are on.
Okay. As a keynote? Really?
Keynote, yeah, keynote, exactly.
Very cool. Okay.
Very, very cool.
So anyway, lots of sessions here. Lots and lots and lots of sessions. We were not going to go through all these. Let's just say if you're going to KubeCon, and if you're not somebody that has the name of Victor, you have choices. It closes at, let's see, whatever day it is. Let's get down to... Let's see, where do I want to do this one? And then Friday. Oh wait, maybe they're on the Friday keynote. Holy cow, there's so many keynotes.
Yeah, I mean,
look.
You know,
Okay, here, hang on a second.
Disappointed with the keynote situation, to be honest. I remember in the past, I was looking forward for keynotes because there was one keynote, 2 keynotes, and you go crazy.
Yeah.
Kind of, and that was the thing. Now I have impression that every conference has like 50% of talks are keynotes, right?
Okay, so let's look at this. We're picking Friday just out of the thing here. It starts at 9 a.m. and then 5 minutes later there's another keynote, and then 15 minutes later there's a keynote, and then 5 minutes later there's a keynote, and then 15 minutes later there's a keynote, and then there's 5 minute. We have 5 minute and 15 minute keynotes. What? What? Whatever. And then, let's see here. Hey, look. You're not doing this one. Why aren't you doing this one?
Why am I not doing what? I don't see. Cross-plan into... Yeah, who's doing it? Who's
Jared.
the speaker?
Jared.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a colleague. Yeah. So, I'm proud of this, what I'm going to tell you. Both in Valencia and in this KubeCon, I think that crossplane is going to... There will be more talks about crossplane than probably, didn't confirm it yet, any other project.
Okay. Let's see. Let's go with Seth here. Detroit's definitely an interesting choice, especially switch to all fully remote. See, they still get it. Yes on eBPF.
I'll
Tetragon.
add it to my list. Actually, I do have... I'm not sure whether I will do video specifically for eBPF, but I do know that I'm preparing a couple of videos of stuff that is using eBPF.
Yep. So Ford is a massive Cloud Foundation consumer. Probably why it's here. Oh, Cloud Foundry. I'm assuming you mean Cloud Foundry.
Cloud
that would make sense.
Yeah.
Wait, it's cold?
I mean, probably Cloud Foundry and the other one, Cloud Foundation.
Messed up. Yeah, I forgot. Southern Hemisphere, Brazil, southern. That's right. It is winter down there right now. So when I think winter right now, I think Australia, but Brazil's south. It's everybody south of the equator. Come on, world geography. I should know this. Can we just call it a primary track?
But
there's so many freaking tracks here.
Are screwed that Equator is not actually middle, if we look at the map.
Right. Anyway, you have choices.
Yeah.
But do you want to be the person on 4 p.m. on Friday? So let's look at the 4 people with sessions at the very end. There is a coffee break right before, by the way, which is tip off to CNCF for actually having one final coffee break. Okay.
By the way, Valencia had coffee breaks all over, and the only problem with coffee breaks is that, and I'm not exaggerating, there was nowhere coffee to be found.
Next. So, Captain. So it's a Dynatrace team. We have somebody from IBM. Training AI to code using the largest code data set. That's the very last session. Emissary Ingress from Ambassador. And a Kubernetes SIG node intro and deep dive.
Usually, those last sessions are unfortunately usually the best ones, actually, because usually they put, that CNCF projects, they have more or less guaranteed spot. So usually that's not the mumbo jumbo, that's people from the project coming and talking about the project itself. So they're actually cool at the very end. Yeah.
But still, it's the very end on a Friday. And if you've never flown out of the Detroit airport, it's a wonderful airport, but plan on walking. That's all I got to say. And walking a lot, because you go in one place and then you go left and right, and that's it. One terminal. Well, actually, is that true? No, there's an international terminal. So the domestic terminal is there. I forgot about that because I've never been out of the international. It's like for me, Detroit seems really far away, but it's a 1 hour flight for me. 1 hour flight. That's it. And it feels like a whole new world. Okay. So anyway, actually, this is a good question. What sessions, like a beginner, like Vrash, what should he go see? Anything that's anything that says intro in the title might be the first one to look after, maybe?
So there are levels. I think that there is introduction, medium,
yeah, let's see if there's...
advanced, or something like that. There are 3 or 4 levels, so you can filter like that. But let me tell you that most of submissions pick a random level. So I wouldn't bet on that.
Well, there is a 101 track. And I bet that is probably pretty tightly controlled. So anything that's 101, I would probably go after. And you can click on that, and it takes you right to whatever these are.
There you go.
Oh, this is interesting. The one from GitPod. Kubernetes, how bees solve problems of distributed systems. Interesting. Not a lot here, though. Like this one, tips to fight imposter syndrome. I mean, it may be interesting to go to, but it's not tech. What container runtime do I need? That sounds interesting.
Yeah, but...
if you want to learn something, if you want to understand it, right? If you don't really care about understanding it, then...
But that's what I meant by those levels are picked randomly, because is it really... as a beginner, are you going to be choosing a container runtime? As a beginner? You're not. You're going to go with Kubernetes distribution, Rancher, or GK, or EKS, or Tans, or whatever. And it's going to be whichever runtime they give you, right? That's already advanced. I mean, or at least for people who are not at the very beginning of their journey.
I found yours. You can filter the breaks. So there is Victor's schedule. Those will be the exact sessions he will be in. I can already tell you that right now. Okay. Enough joking around. Actually, talk content level experience. There we go. That might be the other filter you want to add in there. So anyway, you can click on these and then click on down here with an extra tag. Okay. Enough about KubeCon. It is coming up, by the way, because I did look this up, because you and I were talking about, we're going to try to get an episode recorded as soon as Victor gets back, either before he leaves or by the time as soon as he gets back. So it'll come out the Wednesday after KubeCon. So unlike Valencia, where it was a few weeks later, this one's going to be the week right after, if everything goes according to plan. Mm-hmm. So end of October, so the first, I know, but the first Wednesday in November is when you will get Victor's maybe talking about pizza. If Lachlan is there, find out how Vegemite was, and those kinds of things.
And I'll tell you about all the parties that will be happening those days.
Okay. Speaking of something that wasn't a party, I saw this pop up in Twitter last night. Did you see this last night?
No, I didn't.
So the plan was, which we'll talk about here in a moment, that GitLab was going to get rid of any repositories that were not paid and that had not been touched in a year. They were just going to delete them.
Fair enough. No objections there, to be honest.
No objections. However, your take on it and my take on it is the complete opposite to everybody else that lives on planet Earth.
Wait.
So anyway, but time
all,
okay.
Let's start with this. Okay, sure.
So let's finish the story. So anyway, they have now done a U-turn on this. So this came out today, my time, and now they're no longer going to be doing it. At least not that way. They're going to move it off to an object store. So basically moving it back to cold storage. So if you need to access it, you can get there, but it's going to take longer. Think if you've used S3 at all, think about it going back to Glacier. That's what it sounds like. I don't know that for sure, but that's what it sounds like. Okay, so the story was, it was really bad. Now there seems to be an intermediate. I don't think the story's complete yet. Now, Victor, you can go.
I mean, GitLab is massive. It's huge within companies, right? But this is not what we're talking about, because companies are not using free account and very often not using SaaS, right? And this is SaaS, I'm guessing. And there is almost a significant number of projects in public repositories on GitLab that are not related to companies. Insignificant compared to GitHub. I know that they will delete at least 5 to 10 of my repositories that I haven't touched in years. And it's perfectly fine. I mean, the same, every once in a while, what was the last? Last time from yesterday I got email from Octato, hey, you haven't used your environment in a month. We're going to delete it. Fair enough. So I think that people sometimes exaggerate. So I have something for free, I'm not using it, but that should keep costing money of the one that is hosting it.
I saw people just blowing up over it. If it had, so to me, as long as it's being active, it's just defining what is active.
Look, so if this is important for somebody, just go and make a commit. Add the new line to README. Just add a commit. It's very easy to fix it.
That's all you needed to do. And that's what they initially said was, as long as it's been touched, a commit at least once a year, then you're good.
Yeah. So, and if that's too much work, then come on.
Anyway.
It should be deleted.
So that was the, I noticed that last night right before I went to sleep. And then when I woke up this morning, this follow-on report was up. So a lot of people I saw on Twitter were saying, well, I guess now I'll have to move from GitLab to GitHub.
I mean, let's face it, most public repos are in GitHub anyways. I'm not diminishing the value of GitLab. GitLab is massive, but not in that area of free public accounts.
So what Seth here was saying, are they going to notify the repo owners first and give them time to review? I would recommend taking a look at these two articles from the Register. The way I read the articles, because there have been no official reports from GitLab, other than things that have come out on Twitter. But if you were to go through and read these things, somehow or another, Register got access to the internal memos. And we have seen internal discussions confirming the automation code to delete inactive projects was completed by the end of July and was ready to be rolled out after months of debate and development work. And the plan was it was just going to take place in September. Now, whether or not they were going to notify, I don't know. I would hope they would.
They probably will send an email saying, hey, this repo will be deleted in 2 weeks or whatever.
If you don't want it to be deleted, do something to it, right? That's the way I think about it. If something has been, but here's the deal. Okay, so let me play this out for a second. Let's say you have the most, how do I say this? Let's say you've got a repository that a lot of people depend on. Okay, just a lot of people depend on.
Okay.
One problem is you died during 2020. I'm actually working with somebody right now on a project to where the person that was doing the development passed away in 2020.
Okay.
So now I basically forked that guy's repository, and I didn't fork it, but I took the changes that he had last put in there, and I've put them into my repository moving on. Well, let's say that didn't happen. Let's say I had a dependency on 3 levels deep of somebody else's repository that passed away, and it was hosted on GitLab. Right?
Yes, I have so many comments on that, man. First of all,
I'm just saying.
Your business depends on a repo maintained by a single person who passed away, right? So that's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Right? How intelligent is such a business decision?
Look, I'm not saying that it's good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just saying it's just what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, So it's those kinds of things to where there could be the magic where left pad goes away. Except this wasn't malicious. It was just that somebody died. So
Yeah, but in that case, I mean, that's still, that repo will not disappear if somebody just died and there was yesterday and there were commits. The point is that imagine a full year passed that nobody committed anything and nobody opened any issue. How valuable is that something? And if somebody did open any issue and that doesn't count, then nobody fixed any issue in a year. How valuable is that something?
and that's what Ingen is saying here. What's the value of a dead project? Nothing.
Exactly.
So I will say it this way. I do have some projects out on GitLab that I probably have not touched in a couple of years. I probably should go and take a look and decide, are they worth staying up? And if they're not, delete them.
Yeah.
Right? I should do that as a good citizen of the GitLab ecosystem. If I'm not using it anymore, get rid of it. Okay. But that was an interesting one. And we talked about Sigstore a few moments ago. This past week, they announced the policy controller.
Okay. Not different from. Oh, okay, nice. Okay, so it's policy controller is comparing images. Nice.
Correct. From
I like
Cosine,
it.
right? The metadata from Cosine.
Yeah,
So
I just
now-
like the idea of controllers, meaning that I do not need to think about,
Just
running it, defining it somewhere, making sure that we execute this, did we not execute this. It's just validations just happening by themselves is something that I'm really happy with.
even if it causes something to blow up, you're okay with that?
I mean, causes something to blow up
Meaning
because
you
it fails the policy.
correct.
Yeah, but I'm still in control of what policies are applied. And
Correct.
if there are policies that I chose to run and I shouldn't, then it's my problem, really.
So anyway, it is now at 2.1. Oh, so there was a new release that came out since I saved this. So again, the Sigstore people keep on cranking out more and more stuff. So let's see. Just for grins, let's go to their top level and take a look at the public. Ooh, Java client for Sigstore. Not that you would use it. Policy controller. That's the next big one. So that's cool. I guess that's all there is to say to that. There were no tools this week, at least none that I saw.
It's okay. It's okay to have a break.
Yeah.
From
So anyway,
tools.
here's your secrets. So I watched this,
Okay.
and then I went back and watched it again,
Okay.
and I was still scratching my head.
Okay. Tell me.
Because it was so... It didn't make sense to me. It's like, why would I do this?
So, whether you should do it and why you might want to do it are different questions. Why you might want to do something like that is because secrets, in theory and in practice, are not really secure in Kubernetes. I mean, they were never designed to be really secure. I can easily inspect your secrets. I can find them in etcd. I might not be encrypting etcd and so on and so forth. So, mounting volumes directly while ignoring Kubernetes secrets, which are terribly designed, has certain level of sense. More important question is, can you live without Kubernetes secrets? And every negative comment I received so far about that video is going in the same direction, saying, yeah, but I used it for a while, but then I had to stop using it because some of my applications need Kubernetes secrets. Cannot work with mounted volumes. And then the whole idea crashes. Simply, the standard says, that is my cat puking. The standard says that all third-party apps are assuming that there are Kubernetes secrets, and you need to create them one way or another. So it doesn't really work.
And we got a hairball out of that as well. So that's good to know.
Exactly.
Okay. So I'll come back to that. What is the cat's name?
This one is either Sushi or Coco. We have two cats, and I'm never sure which one is which.
Which one it is. Okay. I'm trying to understand Vrash's question here. What's the Kubernetes Next Shadows program? Do you know what that is?
I don't know what is Shadows program.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure what you mean by that. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Did we see the... I haven't talked about it, so I can pull it up here real quick. Have you looked at it yet?
No, I don't use Lens myself, so at least not much. So I'm not following it really closely.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up here. Hang on a second.
Yeah. So what's new in this
I don't know.
set?
I don't know. I'm getting ready to pull it up here. There we go. I'll share it again. There it is. Okay. So, 6.0 latest. Let's look at... Where will we look at? Let's look here. Did I miss this? The 28th. I did miss this. Okay. So, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, new subscription model. Okay, 2 tiers.
Oh wait, is this something that is not kind of from this week? If it's, I know that Lens now forces you to register.
This is this week. Yeah, this came out on the 28th. So this past week. Or no, it was the end of last week, I guess, because the 31st was Sunday. So it was last Friday, I guess. My dates are all smushed together. Anyway, you said you found that you have to register now. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, that's from maybe a few months ago, and it just sounds silly to me. I have nothing against. I'm always advocating for, hey, if companies that work on open source projects need to earn money, but this sounds like, hey, sell me additional features. I might want to buy them, but don't force me to register to use it in the first place.
Okay. So it looks like Lens Security provides image scanning and CVE reporting. Okay. That's not really anything surprising to me. Lens support, okay, support. Let's look here. New activation process with the Lens ID. That's what you were just talking about. The profile icon has been moved to the bottom left corner.
Oh, we should tweet about it.
I'm guessing that aligns with what VS Code does too. So, auto update, personal space, upgraded to Electron. So now you're only burning down 98% of the world instead of 100%. Update OpenLens. I mean, Seth, did you see anything? I'm not sure, because looking at what appears to be the changelog here, nothing seems gee whiz.
How old is this?
28th. It's like 7 days old.
Okay. Maybe I just heard rumors then about login and that's signing up, and that's actually released now. But
yeah. All right. Okay. Anyway, I mean, that's I guess that's it, right?
Hey.
So let's see here. Wait, there we go. Biggest thing I found is they've made moving to OpenLens more important. They're requiring login. Okay, that's what you were saying. All right. Let's go back to what Sebastian said here. Third-party apps, it would be perfect to use external secrets once it has the pull-out feature. That makes sense.
What is a pull-out feature?
I'm assuming that means... Oh, wait. What am I thinking?
So what I'm waiting personally in external secrets operator is the push feature. I want to be able not only to pull secrets, but to push secrets that I'm generating there. That's the feature I'm waiting for. But yeah, external secrets is my choice right now.
Going back to here, largest negatives, what you were saying, nothing major. Yes, no problem. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be doing all the reviewing for you. And Sebastian said, yeah, I meant the push feature. Okay, got it.
Yep. There was, they're definitely not doing it because of what I'm about to say, but I've been pushing the team for a while now. I need push feature. It's coming.
Why do you feel that way?
Why do I feel that I need push feature?
Yeah.
Because, so I use Crossplane, right? I work in Upbound, blah, blah, blah. And what happens, and I'm pretty sure that many others are doing the same, certain resources are generating secrets. So I need to be able to push those secrets generated by something, in my case Crossplane, but it could be any other tool, so that I can use those secrets somewhere else.
Okay, just so you can dynamically generate whatever it is.
So
move it
let's say
on.
that I generate a database, and part of generating a database is, okay, so here's the secret how to authenticate it with that database, right? And then somewhere else, I might be running application that needs to access that database, so I need to be able to push from here and then pull somewhere else.
Yeah.
What I'm doing right now is kind of reading that secret and then creating another Kubernetes secret directly, right?
So you're trying to eliminate third-party secrets managers, i.e. Vault?
No, quite the opposite.
Okay.
That's what external secrets do. So let's
Oh,
say
yeah.
that I want to use pull secrets from Vault. But then I also generate some secrets. And if I continue pulling them from Vault, I need to be able to push them there first.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking I could do it. I could just push directly to Vault. I would just have to have a way to do it. Right?
Yeah, but
I mean,
that's external
you just want,
way to do
well,
it.
the standard way. What I'm saying is you're wanting a standard way to do it, not a bespoke way of doing it.
Yeah, so I don't want to
Okay.
deal with Vault, CLI.
Specifically.
Or,
Okay,
exactly.
all
I mean, I can push secrets. I'm also thinking from the perspective, I like kind of tools that become some sort of standard that are agnostic to the end solution. That's why I like Dapper, right? So I also think, I have a software vendor hat right now, right? It might be Vault, but it might be
Something else.
Google
Yeah.
Secrets, the Google Secret Manager, right? Or AWS something. So I want a solution to put secrets, I don't care where.
Right. And that was the part that was the part I was missing, at least in my
Yeah, kind of Vault
brain
is the
fog.
first use case because from all secret managers, Vault has the biggest ecosystem and has solutions for many of the things. We can now discuss whether those solutions are better or worse than alternatives like external secrets, but Vault tends to be mostly covered. Others, not that much.
Right. Okay. Rash, you're wondering what I have here? These are cheap $11 in the ear IEMs. I think I paid $15 for them, but now I think they're now 11. I think they're called the MEE 6s. I don't even remember anymore. I bought them a few years ago. At some point, I'm going to get some nicer ones, but $11, they're fine. That's all I need. And going back to Sebastian here, it's an easy way to have a cross namespace secrets, right? And that's the key part there, I think, because secrets are locked to namespace, right?
Secrets are locked to a namespace, exactly. Now, whether that's moving between namespaces, clusters, this or that, think
Detail.
of it as, I see Vault for secrets being the same as what container registry is for container images, right? And now, whether I will use this image here or there, and whether, so actually the story is the same. I often build container images in a cluster, right? But that alone is not enough. I need to push it to a container registry so that I might use it on a different node or different cluster or whatsoever. Same thing with secrets.
Okay. I think we might just wrap up a little bit early today, since you are in your undisclosed, which usually means, number one, you've had one cat barf. Do you have both cats with you?
They're somewhere, I don't know. But
I mean, they're with you,
kind of-
though. they're with you.
Yeah, when we are in undisclosed location, they're running wild. We don't know whether they're around the house or in a neighboring village.
Okay. And I'm going to go. I'm pretty happy with myself. I made it about 45 minutes standing up. I don't think I have another 3 minutes, another 15 in me. I think it's the longest I've stood still.
Let's close the stream before Darren collapses.
Yeah, because I could hurt myself here. There's too many things to where I could break. So anyway, Monday, you'll be back with a video that I'm assuming is already done. I haven't looked.
It's done. It was uploaded 20 minutes ago.
Wednesday, podcast. Thursday, you got to... Now, I haven't told you this. I may not be around for that. So you may have to do the show by yourself.
AMA? That's okay.
Do you have a guest coming on?
I don't know.
Don't know yet. And then we'll be back next Friday.
I'm going to organize it today or tomorrow.
There you go. And we'll be back next Friday, assuming everything's still... I'm still vertical, which I should be. I don't see a reason why I wouldn't be at this point. Everybody have a great weekend. It is nice being alive again. So, and not having a headache and all the other things that were going on. So, we will talk to you again next week. And thanks for being here with us live. If you are with us live, thanks for hanging out. Give us a thumbs up before you leave, if you don't mind. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you've watched the replay on this, thanks for making it to what is a little bit shorter than normal, but it was a quiet news week. Until we started clicking around in the KubeCon things and found out that Victor's schedule is just coffee, lunch, coffee.
No, I need to do between 1 and 3 talks. So.
Oh, you still have to do talks too? Okay.
Yeah, I have between 1 and 3 talks in KubeCon.
That you're doing, though?
Yet. Yes. No less than 1, no more than 3. That I'm doing, yes.
That you're doing, yeah. So you at least have to show up to those sessions.
Yes, that's and they were really rude. I asked about it. They said it's mandatory.
You couldn't just send them a video and then walk around the whole time?
Yeah, or kind of. Yeah, no.
Don't do it.
It's mandatory.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.